graduate student goalie Matt Kilkeary, who made 12 saves and conceded just 5 goals in the win against Lafayette last time out. At the face-off X we go, and away we go. And Delaware picking up the opening face-off and coming all the way right down the middle is Roland Hockenberry to start things off, but an errant pass that time from after he scored twice himself against Lafayette. Led the conference last year in total points with 72 of them. After he had just 6 points in all of 2021 as a freshman, he burst onto the scene as a sophomore. The Owings Mills, Maryland native, and another face-off win for Hockenberry allows Delaware to keep possession. Mount St. Mary's has barely had a sniff of the ball so far in the Ontario, Canada, and hit the ground running. And he hasn't really stopped since. First opportunity for the face-off for Ethan Holubinko, but looked like he went a little early, and so possession will be awarded to Delaware. And his first point in Mount St. Mary's colors. Ensuing face-off is on, and still a fight for the rebound, or fight for the loose ball rather, and it's picked up and won by Mount St. Mary's. First team All-CAA last season, and the future is remarkably bright for the Owings Mills, Maryland native. Back to X we go, and looks like Bobby Turso in there for Mount St. Mary's to try to win it away after Beals was unable to have much success at X. It is still loose, and a whistle will keep the ball with Delaware. Mount St. Mary's getting a bit too aggressive. A 12-6 Delaware win when these two teams met almost a year ago on the day. It was February the 12th, 2022. It was Delaware's season opener in that one. As Turso wins the face-off cleanly, and Turso coming all the way down the middle, thought about perhaps going for a face-off goal himself. Though an opportunity in the final stages of this first half for Mount St. Mary's to really eat into the deficit even further. And the Mount going to get the ball off of an infraction at the X against to start off the third quarter of play. Mount St. Mary's looking for their first home win against a ranked team in nearly 10 years to the day. And away we go with the third quarter of action. The Wings are going to get involved in this one as we start off the third quarter, and Hockenberry comes away with the face-off win, and Delaware comes away with possession. Last week was Delaware when they beat Lafayette, and Towson, who beat these same Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers this past Saturday. It was a rough week for the CAA across the board, but the two who tied for the regular season championship last season, both able to pick up win. 2012 was the only time that Mount St. Mary's beat a ranked Delaware team, so it's been nearly 11 years since they've been able to do the feat that they're trying to accomplish right now, and the climb has gotten a little bit steeper for the Mount. Getting the valley more and more here in this one. Race is on for the ground ball. It's going to be picked up and won by Mount St. Mary's. Down to 6, as we hit the midway point of the third quarter. First goal of the day on the first shot of the day for Wilson. And the ensuing face-off is won by Mount St. Mary's. Here's Bradley. We'll back it back out. Good face-off win that time going for the Mount offensively. Wilson with an unassisted goal as the face-off sends tumbling to the ground Nathan Merchant. Mount St. Mary's going to be awarded possession, but unable to link up with Giblin that time, and it will be Delaware ball, but a whistle and a stoppage as Merchant is still on a knee. Wondering why he didn't get credit for a call there against 5 after a 4-goal third quarter for the Blue Hens. Connor Beals back at the X for Mount St. Mary's. Roland Hockenberry back there for the Blue Hens, and it is Delaware who gets called for the infraction to start off the fourth quarter, but picking the ball right back up are the Blue Hens, and here they come the other way. Joe Spears right on the doorstep for Ward, who gets his hat trick. 9 seconds into the fourth quarter after Mount St. Mary's won the face-off. 2-goal swing over the last 30 or so seconds of game time and 2 or 3 minutes of real time when Mount St. Mary's had the final shot of the third quarter with a chance to cut it to a 4-goal game. Instead, Delaware gets a quick goal to start off the fourth, and what could have been a 4-score game is instead a 6-score game. And Delaware with a much firmer grasp of this contest. Successful clear season, but it's the senior's first goal at Mount St. Mary's. What a moment for number 30 from Marriottsville, Maryland. His first point. No goals, no assists in his previous 29 games played. Of course, almost all on defense. And doesn't ever really venture into the offensive end, let alone get a shot away. It's not only his first goal, not only his first point, it's Ben Ward's first shot on goal. That winds up in the back of the net as the flag's flying. A delayed call coming up here against Mount St. Mary's. Blue Hen's going to go on the EMO. And the two Accionis combining for 4 goals. Face-off won by Delaware. And they'll have another offensive set with a dozen tallies and doubling up Mount St. Mary's. And a third man-up goal of the day for him, second of the season. So J.P. Ward stays on 7 points, but Lenkaitis picks up the highlight reel goal of the day. And now coming right down the center looking for more is Hockenberry, looking for a face-off goal and almost able to do so. Fight is on for the rebound. And it's Mount St. Mary's who's able to come away with it. A family affair for Delaware all day today. And with 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go, ball going to be awarded back to Delaware, as it looks like it was Steven Schmidt who was at the face-off X and lifted his sticks already with a pair of goals, making a name for himself. Mount St. Mary's wins the ensuing face-off.